Okay, welcome to the Karen Mitches podcast. Today we have Brad Stapleton.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Thanks for coming, Brad. How are you doing this weekend?
This weekend, I'm doing great. I had a pretty good weekend. Weather was pretty nice. Yesterday, biked out to Tommy Thompson with a buddy.
What's Tommy Thompson?
It's like the Leslie Spit. It's a peninsula, like down at the bottom of Leslie Street that goes out into Lake Ontario. There's a bird sanctuary, but it's also a decent place to go and have a day beer.
Nice.
So yeah,
a day beer. That sounds so civilized.
Go for like a 30K bike ride and a couple beers. So that was yesterday. That was great. Today I met my parents for breakfast and then just kind of did some chores at home.
I feel like you're somebody who took advantage of the summer.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Toronto's the best part. Like the best part of Toronto is the summer. So I don't know, get out there, get on your bike or go to the parks. I guess I had a lot of beers in the parks this summer.
I like it because you're exercising, but you're day drinking.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, winter's long. You spend a lot of time inside. So it's great to be outside as much as possible, which is kind of sad. Today is the last day of summer, I think, right?
Oh, yeah. It's officially fall.
Is it?
It's the 22nd. Oh, no, it's the 21st.
Okay. Well, either way.
So, yeah, today is the equinox.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But, yeah, it's been a great summer. The weather was amazing this year. Last year, I swear, every weekend it rained. And so this year was way better for that.
Yeah. This year, though, I feel like because it started late, I didn't accept when it was ending. Like, there's usually, like, one day in August that's very sad. And then I'm like, I'm okay. I've had a lot of summer. Mm-hmm. And then but this year, I feel robbed. I feel cheated.
Oh, no.
I feel like I deserve another month.
Yeah. September's a good month, though. Even though, like, technically summer's over today, like, September's probably my favorite, like, month of weather.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Like,
it's still really sunny, but you're getting the cooler evenings.
Totally. September's great.
So I have to ask you, because the first time I ever saw you was at Keys Comedy Club.
I totally remember that. Yeah. I was thinking of that earlier today. I was like, the first time I saw Karen was at Keys, like, which is funny. I used to work with a guy who lives like in the neighborhood, and that Keys Comedy Club was his old dentist office.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, I'm across the street, like at this comedy club. He's like, that's my old dentist. I'm like, so you're not coming? He didn't come.
For those who don't know, Keys Comedy Club used to be in, how would you even describe that? It was like
it was a residential house.
Yeah, like, that had been converted into
an office clearly at one point.
Yeah.
And then converted again into a comedy club. I think the funniest thing I saw, he has like the fridge of beers at the back. Like He's offering beers. One time I was there and he was offering people sushi as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
If you bought sushi there, I worry about you.
Yeah.
And your ability to stay safe in the world.
Totally, yeah. I thought that was interesting. I was like, sure, cold beers. Like, we'll take those. I was like, the sushi? I don't know.
How, have you been to the new one?
No, I biked by him last night, though, like barking. I know it's on Bloor. I can't remember the bar, but I know right where it is.
Yeah, there's like there's a place up top. It's like Jolly something.
Yeah.
And so he's in the basement, but it's like a good...
I saw the photo, and it's miles ahead of where it just was at like the back of the sports club or whatever.
Yeah, because like a lot of comedy clubs don't have their own entrance, and they're all in a basement. So now he's more just like standard.
No, I'm happy for him to have. Yeah. Like he's got, because he has good comics that come through, and even the dentist office space. Like I've seen some great performances up there and crowds that loved it.
For sure. Like, I think the first time I did a real spot there, I opened for Brad Goss. And I was
cool.
like, this is like very legit, very cool. And I just had so many really funny nights where the comedy was top notch.
Yeah.
But just the venue was always shady, but it kind of, I think the audience liked it if they were a certain kind of person. Like it added to the vibe.
All you had to do is bring up like where you were and people would laugh, essentially. Like, as if you just mentioned the surroundings, you know, like, and didn't pretend it was like a nice place, people were like, okay, this is funny. Like,
he had our photos on the wall, and so I used to point at my photo and then tell the audience that I had Stockholm syndrome. It was like it was a good icebreaker.
Yeah. What I used to always say, like, this is my favorite escape room to perform in. That was like my like little joke I'd repeat there all the time.
Amazing. How long have you been doing comedy for?
Like just over 2 years, I guess. Like about 2.5, I suppose. Like
okay,
right
so you
around
were
there.
starting right when I was starting.
Yeah, for sure.
And was that like a post-pandemic hobby or like a lifelong dream?
Like I dabbled with it like maybe like 10 years ago. I did a few sets, and like it was, you know, I bombed super hard the first time, but it was still fun. And then I, you know, got better.
Where was your first time?
Yuck Yucks, like amateur night.
Okay, was it like the Richmond?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had some set I had wrote, and I took like a stand-up writing Second City class.
Nice.
So like everyone like did their set for like the class, and everyone like crushed, right? And I was like, this isn't real, like a gauge of. So I went out to like a real open mic and just ate tons of shit, but it was good, right? Like it was like, okay, that's what I needed to know. Like, is there anything here? It's like, not really. And so I just chucked it and wrote new stuff. And it just, you know, got better from there. And then I had a couple good sets there, and then I, you know, life, relationships, career kind of got in the way. And then, so I was always like, I got to get back into it. Get back into it. I didn't. And then I got cancer and had to go through like cancer for a few years. And so when I was doing that, I was like, when I finish this, I'm going to have some fun.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, it like helped me push me back into like, go have fun in case there's no tomorrow.
Yeah. What kind did you have?
I had leukemia.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And bone marrow transplant?
No bone marrow transplant, but like chemotherapy for a couple years, and like, you know, it's
what years were you sick?
2015 to 18.
Shit. So at least you got done before the pandemic.
Yeah, well, it was funny when the pandemic started. Like I'd just been isolated for like 2 years.
Oh, because you're
like in the first year, you're like, you can't go outside, basically.
Is that because you're prone to germs?
Yeah, your immune system's like doesn't exist because they're just killing all your cells, right? So they're just like, you catch anything like super easily.
Okay.
But anyway, I had practiced being by myself for 2 years, essentially, right? So the pandemic comes, everyone's like melting down, and I'm like, I'm good. Like I've done this before. But like now I'm healthy. It's like I'm not like fucked up and like, you know, having tough times. I'm like, I can like do whatever I want. Like this is not as bad as you guys think.
Okay, so did you have like a kind of is there like a honeymoon period where your health comes back where you're just like the happiest person?
Yeah, like I guess like as you're progressing towards the end of like your treatment and stuff, there's like a light at the end of the tunnel, right? And then so once you finish your treatment, then like you have to kind of like build your body back. You know, you're still like
because you're still really weak. And
yeah. Like it takes a few more months to like pull it together, if not like up to a year to kind of be back. But yeah, like I would say like, you know, 6 months later, I was feeling back to kind of like my old self.
Yeah. Do you think you live better now because of that?
Oh, for sure I do. Yeah. Like perspective it sucks to do that, to have like a better outlook on life, but for sure, like I would say it'd be hard not to.
Yeah. Did it make you spiritual?
I'd say I already had like a pretty spiritual outlook before that.
Yeah.
So, it like, I suppose increased my level of like in self-investment into that kind of stuff for sure.
Yeah. My sister went through a kidney transplant.
Oh, damn.
And like, yeah, it was very, like it was really hard.
Yeah.
But there was like a big positivity out of it that I felt. And
yeah,
our whole family felt it.
100%. Like I became like so much closer with my parents and like everyone in my family, my friends who like supported me through it and stuff. It was like, it sucks, but like, you know, there was some positive stuff that came out of it.
There's somebody in the scene who had cancer as a child. I think it's Liam, and he talks about being at like kids cancer camp, and he says like leukemia tent is like having the most intense time. But
Like
is that
in a good
true?
or a bad way?
Like that leukemia is like the worst cancer, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Was the impression I got from his
I
head.
mean, it's all of them are terrible, I would say. Like, you know, when I spend like a ton of time at Princess Margaret and are surrounded by other people going through like way worse stuff.
Yeah.
And so like you're like, oh, this is terrible, and then like you just see other people and you're like, I'm actually don't even have it that bad.
Yeah.
And you know, I was just like, I'm happy to like I have a chance to like return to basically my normal self, right? Whereas a lot of people don't. And so although I would elect not to go through it, like if I could, like I still got lucky.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean,
Is Princess Margaret amazing?
yeah. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of their charity, their lottery.
Yeah. I bought lots of tickets for sure before and after my treatment and everything.
I used to try to do a joke that was like that Princess Margaret Home Lottery was like the only like home ownership plan for our generation.
That's a good one.
But I couldn't find a way to make it funny, and I kept saying it in front of broke people who I felt like wanted me to shut up about it.
Yeah. I think there's like a great funny concept there for sure. Sometimes you can just like, I don't know. I've had jokes or ideas where they didn't work, and like a year later I think of how to tell it like in a reverse order almost, like where like the punchlines at the back I flipped the way I've like sort of laid it out and it works better, but I don't know. I think that's funny.
Yeah. I think I feel like I have a bunch of jokes that I need to revisit someday. I need to maybe like somehow clean it up so I know where they are.
Yeah. Do you organize like your material and on like a Google Doc or anything?
It's like I think all my sets that I do at some point get written down, but I think I have a lot of old ones where I wrote them down, I did them for a bit, and now I just would never go back and look at them again. I don't know where everything is.
Yeah.
So I basically have like the stuff I use is organized. And
right,
then
okay.
There's just a lot of different documents I've opened in different places and written like premises or some jokes or I don't know. There's just a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
There.
I have like a Google Doc with like, I don't know, maybe like 2/3 of the jokes. Like I probably haven't opened it in four months to like add anything new, but just so I have them all written down in one spot. And then someone was telling me about another comedian who they're asking him like, oh, do you have a good 10? And they busted out like a spreadsheet of like, here's all my jokes, and they were color coordinated in terms of like how they thought how good they were. They're like, these are my best ones here. And so like I didn't quite go that far, but I like tried to organize all my jokes to be like, here's the ones that work the best, and then here's ones that are okay, and here's ones I like, but they're not like great hitters.
I do have a spreadsheet that has like every bit, like the title and the minutes. Yeah. And then the color coding is weird because I've put them in different, like, I think right now like I have like the stories are one color and like, I can't, because I'm trying to think of, I want to be able to go in there and it's like I'm putting together a set and I know like these are the stuff that opens well and these are stories, or like some bits are like they're an opinion bit, but it's like I can't put them in a 5-minute. They have to be farther along where you like me for me to start talking about certain things.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't have a good way to organize them, but that's where I'm working on kind of.
Yeah.
The thinking is there.
No, that's good. I should add that to like how I've organized mine. Like basically I just have a Google Doc and then they're just highlighted in different colors in terms of like their success. That's all. But I should definitely add like the time and stuff. That would be helpful. Yeah.
Where's your favorite place to perform?
I wish I had like a bigger list that I could say, you know, rather than just like, you know, bars and the mics, and then, but obviously like any of the club stages are usually have an audience that's bigger than the other establishments I've performed at. So like Yucks or Corner or anything like that, like those are more rewarding, I would say.
For sure.
So yeah, I love those. But I've had, I mean, I could have a great time at Keys. I've had definitely some super fun times there. Like, but yeah, in the lab too. The lab's fun.
The lab is a great night.
Yeah, I heard the lab might be closing.
So I think people are blowing it out of proportion. I think he's having struggles with his current landlord.
Oh, okay.
So like they can't open on Thursdays now. But I think they're just going to end up moving.
Right. Okay. That's
because I don't think
more.
It's weird because
like,
I don't think they have problems making money.
Yeah.
I think there's something with this guy, like he's making money from them, but it's not a lot of money. So then he doesn't. I don't know what the hell. His problem is, but I think So I think they'll just end up somewhere else eventually.
Okay. Well, that's. I mean, that I'd imagine the next spot will be better. So.
Yeah.
If you don't have to, or better landlord.
A comic the other night was saying he had named one of the mold spots. Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, all comedy's happening in a basement, so there's always some level of like, do you feel claustrophobic or do you suspect mold?
Yeah. That's funny. Do you have any favorite spots?
I'm trying to think. Right now, I'm really having fun at Smalls on Mondays.
Oh, yeah. Smalls is awesome. Joe does a great job there.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the mic where I see, like, the most people every week and, like, touch base with people.
Yeah.
And then it's good because I like to have, like, a friendly mic on, like, either a Sunday or a Monday to sort of be pulling out new material. And it's, you know, like those mics where it's mostly comics, but they're listening, and it's not like a sad, nobody's paying attention mic.
Yeah.
So you at least know, like, if there's a laugh to what you're saying, and then you can kind of fix some stuff up, and it gets better over the week.
Yeah. It's definitely a good mic. The way the venue's like laid out, there's like nowhere to go, so you have to pay attention or be disrespectful to like everyone. And it's like, so yeah, I love that aspect about Small's Kitchen, and like he just had like Joe gets kind of like just like a good vibe going in there too. So like people like to go, people like you know, they'll stay. He'll give the Dollarama cop out and stuff, right? Like, so I think he makes it fun for everyone who's there too.
Yeah, because I think most of the time people feel punished if they end up there at the end of the night. So to have a prize kind of gives some people like a reason to stick around.
Well, it's always like, you know, it's a bummer to be 20th on the list, and like there's at this, you know, when the first 8 people go through, the room's full and getting pops, but then by the end there's 4 people for you, and you're like, darn. So yeah, it's awesome that he gets people to stay and watch you. So that's always, I mean, it's great for the people at the end for sure to have some audience, even if it's the comics. Yeah,
for sure. Have you been, are you somebody who feels like you need to grind, or what's your strategy?
I like to, I don't know. I wouldn't describe it as a grind per se, like how like hanging out at a bar and listening to jokes isn't a tremendous grind, so to speak, but it is time consuming. Like the time consuming aspect, I would say it could be considered a grind. But yeah, I like to go out a couple times a week, I guess would be my goal, to like either just keep some material that is working like fresh, and then always try and like try some new bits, and sometimes they go nowhere, and then come back the next week with something else.
And then your day job is coding?
Like I work kind of like a web developer, sort of software engineer. I do not all the regular practices that a software engineer does, but I work at like a software company.
Okay.
But yeah, do like web coding and manage website stuff.
So does that pair well with like this hobby? Because you get to be more.
I don't know. Like it's just a job, I guess, 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of jokes about like my day job, I suppose.
Do you have any?
I tell one joke where I'm like, my day job, I do like write code. And so a lot of people think I'm smart because they don't know what I'm right. Like I could just use terminology. They have no idea, but it's like, I'm not smart. But I think there's just assumptions that are made if someone's like a programmer that they're like good at math and they're, you know, it's like I failed all the math in high school. But like programming is most of that stuff already done for you. You just have to know how to write the language and stuff.
So what is the skill in it?
I guess like you would just like you learn software tools and software code, and like you want to write like, you know, optimized code that's like fast and well performant and like can be tested and stuff like that won't break. That's would be like the goal of a good developer. So yeah, I guess did that answer your question?
No. So not math.
No, like if I had to do any math functionality, like I had data that had to be calculated, there's already like functions that are made for that. I would just use like someone else's code.
Yeah.
Which is pretty standard. There's like all kinds of code that you like import and just you use, you know, like Google Maps. It's like I just give it coordinates and it like does all the stuff, right? Like it's like I don't have to calculate the distance between X and Y or anything like that. Just pump in the data and it's done.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know math.
So there, yeah. Do you think most of the guys you work with are smart?
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, there's tons of men and women like at that company I work at that are software engineers, and like there is a lot of troubleshooting and you know, once you know like certain frameworks and stuff, there's ways to like optimize them for your use cases, and that's I guess where like your skill and experience would like take you up the ladder and, you know, put you in bigger positions with more responsibility.
Nice.
Yeah. What's your day occupation?
My day occupation is unemployed.
Oh, okay.
But I was working in the investment industry, but I didn't have specific training in there. Like I ended up kind of like got in through an admin job and then got into a spot where I was just like, I could do stuff with spreadsheets.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my job.
Yeah.
But again, one of those jobs where like people are like, oh, like you must be smart. And it's like, no, I could teach it to you too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I think that's like the problem in the work world is like nobody knows what jobs there are till you get really close to them, and you can't work in them till someone sort of trains you.
Yeah.
And you need something to sort of like prove that you can be trained on that. So,
yeah. Nice. Yeah, you were saying the first time you saw me was at Keys.
Yes.
Was there more to that, or was it just like,
no,
that's just the first time you popped up on the scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
What was like growing up? Who were your kind of comedy heroes?
I guess like growing up, I liked all like Saturday Night Live kind of stuff. Stand up wise, I mean, I guess like Chris Rock would be like, you know, I don't want to say like I would be like, oh, like Adam Sandler, but it's like he doesn't, I don't know, like he's more like a performer, I guess, on Saturday Night Live, not like doing tons of stand-up material.
I remember him having an album that my friends were quoting at school.
Yeah. I think I had that CD. I'm trying to remember some of the bits. He had a few albums, comedy albums, but yeah, I definitely had like the Hanukkah song was on one of them.
Oh fuck yeah!
I think yeah. I had that CD for sure. And there's just comic bits and stuff on that. But yeah, I guess I liked that stuff. I saw like some Kids in the Hall stuff, I guess, when I was a kid. I thought that was pretty funny. So initially I like thought I would want to do like sketch comedy stuff and like explore doing like writing sketch comedy and stuff like that. But my friends and I did a little bit of that, and at the same time there was like a stand-up like course taking place, and I was like, that looks kind of more fun, because when I pitch ideas, you guys want other ideas. I'm like I just want to do my ideas. So I was like, I think the stand-up thing's better because I can just do whatever. Like I can do my stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of people end up in stand-up because it's an independent thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they want to be able to do their own thing. I think for me, it might be that it's more language oriented than sketch, which is more, I think, character based. And although I don't know, I still really like sketch comedy.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know that I could shine in it the way that I shine in stand up.
Yeah. I mean, I have a few like sketch ideas, but I don't see myself like trying to record any of them or like shoot them for.
Yeah.
They're just sort of like, if I ever got there or had an opportunity, I'll like open this little notebook up and go, oh, cool. I have these stupid ideas I want to do. But yeah, for now, I probably would just concentrate on trying to get better at telling and, performing jokes.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people do tons of online stuff because they want to get attention, but then it draws time away from doing your stand-up. So it's like you can just put all your energy into stand-up and you'll probably still not have enough time for it.
Yeah.
Since we all have like regular jobs.
Definitely, like sometimes I actually have to work. It's a bummer, but sometimes I have to. For sure, the summer I had I want to say like a 6-week period where I didn't get out that much because I was just kind of busy at work. And then, away for a weekend or two, like out of town, visit friends or go to a friend's cottage or something. So
yeah, it's hard to like be in a basement comedy club when it's cottage time.
Yeah. Like I definitely, I had a good, I want to say like 4 or 5 months of like pretty steady going out every week. So by the time July rolled around, I was like, I'm good for taking my foot off the gas here for a bit and just do my job and then do some just chilling.
Do you have like a method for writing?
No, not really. Like most of my jokes come from just like I'll think of something or I'll see something that triggers like a funny thought. I make a note in my phone and then like at some point I'll sit down and look at my notes and go, how do I convey this into something that someone will laugh at, right? And so I'll try and write the joke a few, would it work this way or that way? And then from there to the mic, let's see how this goes. But that's essentially that's basically my style of writing is I have like all these little premises on my phone and I'll go through them and go, oh yeah, okay. And then even once in a while, if I'm like, I need some new jokes, I'll just look through this file because I have tons of ideas that I've never tried to like formulate into a joke, which probably because I'm like not going to work that well. But eventually I'll just be like, all right, let me try this, whatever this is,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically for the most part how I come up with them. Occasionally I'll be at like a show or a mic where like I'll tag some joke or someone kind of just like leaves me with a perfect little idea that can take one of my joke premises like to the next level and now I have like a good joke.
Yeah.
So that's occasionally that happens, but like only if you're going out and performing and getting exposed to ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
Do I ever come up with those, right? Like,
because I feel like some of my bits like they start out good and then I take them out for a bit and then I'm like, this all sucks and it's garbage. And then other ones sort of like over time they come alive, like they just get refined and get better and better.
Yeah. And I feel like you get better at performing them too, right? So I don't know, you build confidence with your joke and then like it comes off better with the more confidence you have and your expectation of the joke might, it's not like, oh, I'm not everything's a closer here. But I do have some little jabs here of, and you're like, I like this joke. I'm getting better at delivering it. And it just finds its way into your set.
Yeah. Do you feel like your voice emerged kind of like right away?
What do you mean by my voice?
Just like this, like the way you tell jokes. Your like overall style.
I don't know. Like I suppose like like if someone asks me about my style, I'm like, I'm kind of a bro. I smoke weed and have bro jokes is like how I describe my style. So I suppose it's just kind of a bit of my personality coming through, I suppose. Like I didn't work on a style. I just went up and tried my best.
But then, okay, so how old were you the first time you tried it?
30.
Do you think you were different like the stand-up was different when you came back to it?
Not a lot really. A little bit,
Yeah.
but
But
like
maybe
there's
already,
still a couple jokes I wrote back then that I would like still tell right now.
yeah. But I guess like at 30 you kind of, most people kind of know like who they are and like what's funny about them.
Yeah, I guess. Like, well, what made you want to do the stand-up?
I didn't think I wanted to do stand-up. I wanted to write a screenplay, and I was in like a sketch comedy writing class, and I kind of had this like screenplay idea, but then I'm like, if I write a comedy, I need to be better at jokes.
Right.
And I knew there was like a stand-up class, and then I thought, like, I'll probably be bad at it, but it's like doing karaoke. Like, you should try it one time in your life just to have that experience. So then I was surprised that I could do it, and that I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So then it ended up being this thing where it's like, yeah, I kind of always wanted to be an actor, but I also wanted to be a writer, and this is the two of them at once, right? So then, but I think also I was 42, so there was like, I definitely had my voice.
Right. Yeah, I guess like for me, I could always like make my friends laugh, and so but I was like, but can I go just make anyone laugh?
Yeah.
That was sort of like one of the challenges in my head, that I was like, I want to see if I could do that, like, so I suppose I just went up with my sort of regular personality, hoping that I would translate to be funny.
Kind of like you're talking to a group of people. It's just a bigger group of people, and you don't know them.
Yeah, exactly.
They might be mean to you.
Totally. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was one of the sort of the thoughts in my head, where it's like, all right, well, what's the difference going to be? And like, turns out big difference, but some similarities, right? Like, there is some jokes that I would just say in passing to my friends, like, also translate to the stage. Others, not so much.
Yeah. I think too, just like the amount, like the speed of, like, you can't make an audience who doesn't know you wait for something, because they're just like, who are you?
Yeah.
You have to be like faster with it. Whereas like with your friends, like, you can give long setups.
Oh, and there's so much context to like just a comment from you. They know you, and like there's a history there, and so there could be so much context to just a look or a comment, or you know what I mean. Whereas like, obviously the audience has no context here. They're just like, are you serious, or is that a joke? Or so you have to be able to convey that immediately, like, so like some people are amazing at that, and that others, I would say for me, getting better at it.
Yeah, I think too, like, knowing like what kind of audience you're dealing with is a big part of it, and I feel like that's like the thing I'm still developing, because I can basically just say like how drunk they are. Yeah. But I can't. I don't know, like if something's not working. I feel like some people are smarter about kind of knowing like they don't like this, but they do like that, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I definitely I hear what you mean. Like, talking to other comedians, some people will be like, oh, I could tell by this last performer that this group didn't like this material, so I went in this direction. Yeah. And that's like more insight than I'm like. Yeah. I'm more just like, there's some people with white hair over there, like they'll get like these old lame jokes. Like, I'm gauging it on a way like more basic level, but nevertheless still trying to like be aware of just like, okay, you're gonna tell stoner jokes for 5 minutes to these people, like they're not gonna laugh at anything. Maybe tell like a joke about Trump, or like something like that, they'll just relate better to it.
Do you like a stoned crowd?
I would say they are generally not a good crowd. Like, their reactions are slow, and sometimes it's like easy to wander off in your own thoughts, right? Like, someone could tell a joke, they're still thinking about a joke from 10 minutes ago. Yeah. Because they're just baked, right? So I would say probably not the best crowd. But if you have a lot of stoner material for the stoners, then like, I think you could captivate them a little better. Yeah. So it depends. Generally, no.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I feel like I've had good luck with stoner crowds. And I mean, I haven't done that many, but Joe Baker does her things, and I tend to do well there. And I don't know if it's just like moreover that like the vibe of the show that Joe puts on. I'm just like, I like these people.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
do seem like they're paying attention.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I guess maybe that's the thing, like, because I feel like, yeah, the stoner crowds I've had have been focused on me. Whereas, like, I've been in a lot of drunk places where people are, like,
Yeah, just
losing attention
Yeah,
and
yeah.
talking to each other.
yeah. I don't know. At Joe's thing though, like it's like a comedy show. They all came for the comedy, right? Like,
Yeah.
I want to say like sometimes at the bar show with the drunk people, it's like they were going to be getting drunk whether I was up here or not.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, but yeah, it's like kind of unruly crowd in some ways because it's like a few people are listening, and the drunks are like kind of louder than all
Yeah.
of us.
And fair play, like, typically it's their space and we've, like, shown up.
Yeah. I sometimes describe it to my friends. It's sort of like the needle scratch, and then it's like, we're going to tell jokes now. And they're just like, like, we were watching the NFL. What happened? Right? Like,
And there's, like, the funny guy at the bar who's like, I
Yeah.
tell the jokes here.
I'm the one people laugh at. What are you guys doing here? Yeah, for sure. That's never great, but definitely part of my regular, like, performance places that like some people drinking at the bar. So
Are you good with hecklers?
I haven't really been heckled that much. Like I had one woman yell at me one time, and I had like one little comeback that the audience laughed at. But yeah, I haven't had I've like honestly been heckled like twice or something, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how I would handle it if I had like a, you know.
What was your comeback with that lady? Do you remember?
I don't totally. It was at the Free Times Cafe, and she
Ooh.
was yelling at like she was making noise for everyone, and then I got up. I think I was. Fuck, I don't totally remember.
Fair enough.
Like she looked, you know, like not well, sort of thing. Like me, probably like a homeless person, and I think I made some comment about. Like, it's the Free Times Cafe. Or like, you have to pay for stuff. Or I can't remember. Or something
Yeah.
like that. But people laughed, and, like, they weren't, like, horrified
Yeah.
or anything. And it didn't stop her from talking. Yeah.
I haven't had, like, too many bad experiences. I think I've been, like, good at just being, like, friendly about it and being like, I like talking too.
Yeah,
or, like,
yeah.
something, like, dumb where it just, like, establishes that you have a good sense of humor about it, but you're still, like, on the stage.
Yeah, I suppose if you're, like, getting interrupted, like, my approach would just be, like, let's hear you out. And then that could just create its own comedy.
Yeah.
Or the people will be tired of her or whoever, like, the person is. And
Yeah.
I could maybe move on to the next thing. But trying to go back and forth, I probably wouldn't try. I would just be like, all right, well, let's hear what you have to say and
Yeah.
hope that I can make a little joke out of
feel
it.
like letting them talk is just a recipe because they're usually like drunk and or insane and don't know that they're not interesting and will talk too long.
Yeah. Thankfully, I haven't had that experience, but I'm sure one day. Yeah.
I think too, like the worst things I've seen has been like the comic getting mad and yelling at the person.
Yeah. Like that's like that. You know, their heckle was effective in that regard, right? Like if you lose your shit, like it's just like, well, that's exactly what they're like kind of like hoping for, I think.
Yeah, like I think it hurts the other audience members the most because their vibe is like affected by the yelling. So it's like, yeah.
Totally, yeah. Haven't been heckled too much, so hope to keep it that way.
Do you do much crowd work?
No, not really. Like I don't really do any crowd work. Like hosting the open mic, there's been a few people at the bar, like a couple of times, and like that's the most crowd work I've ever done. Hey, what are you guys up to? What brings you here?
That's mic is at Dystopia?
Yeah, every other Thursday at Dystopia. Like starts at 7:30. Sign-ups at 7.
And Derek Halala does the other Thursday.
Yeah, we alternate Thursdays. So I do open mic on my Thursday, and he does a book show on his Thursday.
Oh, okay, sweet.
But yeah.
Does your mic have a name?
No, I just have Dystopia open mic. That's all. I just put the poster in the channels, but yeah, I haven't branded it with anything. Like,
Do you get a good crowd for it?
we've averaged like, I mean, I've done like four or five, and it's been like 10 people about every time. And then I think last time we had like 13 people or something. So, but it was also like the end of July and August I did it. So
Yeah,
I know
those
it was
are
like,
actually good numbers for like a small
I knew
space.
yeah, I knew it would be
summer.
I knew it'd be kind of slow in the summer. My goal was just to get it going and then hope, like, get in the fall, hopefully some more people rolling through. But it's been super fun time just hosting and having the chance to do that. It's been a lot of fun.
Nice. Yeah, I think the hosting experience, like hosting an open mic, is probably like crucial for everyone to do.
Yeah, I think so. It definitely helps, like, your comic muscle, the improvisation, trying to tag jokes, and then just keep the show going and, like, try not tank the show.
Yeah.
Like, if it gets, I mean, I haven't really had to like do any of that, but like, most of the people coming through have good jokes, and if they have bad jokes, we're still laughing and having fun. So, but yeah, if you have to go up and try and like kind of tell a few other jokes, get the crowd back into it, and I say crowd by being like the other 8 comics that are there.
But it's a good experience, because it's like when you run a real show, like you have to be kind of like responsible for the vibe of the room.
Oh, for sure.
And so it's good to start with, like, in a way there's low stakes because it's just an open mic, but it's difficult, so it makes you do that really well. Like the quality of riffing between comics has to be pretty high.
For sure, it's low stakes, but like you treat it like it would be a real show, right? And then like you're still trying to get the most laughs in the room, whether it's the 6 people there or you're 50 people in some show you're on. So, but yeah, I would do it exactly the same way if there's a big crowd there.
Yeah. And I feel like just like being new, it's good to learn. I don't know. It's like if all you do is other people's shows, then the thought can be like your set is like the most important thing, and not think about like the bigger show and how hard it is to make that work.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The approach, I suppose, is different. I do also like the fact that, like, when I'm hosting, I'm like, all right, I'm like, my job, I want to kind of like be the glue in between all the sets, have just like a joke for everyone, but not go up there and do like long bits and stuff like that. That's definitely helped me even just get better at my performing on my own stand-up, doing just like the improvised stuff.
Yeah, because I think sometimes like I'll feel stupid because it's like between every comic you have to say something, and sometimes there's like not a lot to say. Like someone's come down off the stage, maybe all she did was talk about one bad date she was on. So like you're like, okay, I have to make a bad date joke. So you just say something. It might sound stupid. You're like, I really forced that, but it's like you're trying.
Yeah.
And that's the skill
totally
that you have to build.
Yeah, exactly.
Just keep trying to say shit, even if, and you sometimes like I do like not like offend people. I'm not like but you do offend people because you sort of like you imply that the person before you was kind of an idiot, and then you're like, oh, that came across wrong. So I feel like I put my foot in my mouth like multiple times while hosting.
Yeah.
But that's like really good. Like,
oh, totally. Yeah. Like, I mean, in the first like year I did stand up, like I wouldn't stray from the little like 5 jokes I was going to tell or what. I'd just be like, I'm sticking to the script. I'm not, even if someone right before me left me a perfect like thing, like joke that I know I could tell, I wouldn't do it. I was like, I'm just going to tell my jokes that I think should work. But now I'm like the opposite, where I'm just like, I'll just completely improvise this stuff. Like I have a whole bunch of jokes that people have told, and I have a little tag for it, and I'll just go up and do all that stuff now. So, but the hosting was helpful in building that confidence, just to be like, just go say it. Like,
yeah,
it might be a little bit mean, but if it's funny, you can be a bit mean if it's still funny. Like,
people
like harmless,
forgive
not
you if you make them laugh.
Yeah. Like not like insulting as hell, right? But still, just like we all kind of thought that, right? Like, so but having the confidence to say it without, being worried that it's gonna go so poorly, and like maybe you won't get huge laughs, but whatever, that, like, just like you're saying, it's like, yeah, you gotta try and work that skill. But yeah.
Nice. Do you do lots of out of town stuff?
Not really. My parents live in Ottawa though, so I've like hit the comedy scene in Ottawa a little bit, which has been fun.
What is the scene up there?
It's great. Like, I mean, it's obviously like a little bit smaller, but it's very. I would say it's strong. Like, there's a strong scene there. There's a bunch of mics like going on almost every night of the week, and I've maybe gone out to 4 or 5 different like mics and shows there, and they all have like. There's easily like 20 comics there for like some of the open mics. Like,
Have you been to the Absolute in Ottawa?
No, I haven't. I've been to the Yucks a couple times. No, I haven't performed there, but I've gone to watch people I know like on amateur night or on like the weekend. But yeah, I was surprised. Like, but it's like there's tons of performers out at all the mics. They're, kind of just as busy as the shows here. Like, there's people trying to get on all the spots all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Did your parents move up there? Like, you grew up here, right?
No, I went to high school.
Oh shit!
There,
did I know that?
Probably not.
I feel like okay. So when did you come to Toronto?
Like 20 years ago.
After school?
Left for college. I went to Humber College.
Okay, nice.
Took like multimedia, some coding stuff, a bunch of that stuff.
Sweet.
And then I did landscaping for like 5 years.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like, all right, so I got this education, gonna go dig some holes. It was fun. It was a fun job for a while, but not forever. So I went back to my education and got like a dev job. My first dev job, I worked for a company that managed porn websites.
Fuck off.
Yeah, so that's how one of my jokes starts. I say this and then I talk about the porn company.
So what, when you walk into a porn company, does it look in any way different than a regular office?
No, that's so funny. Like, my joke is basically like, anytime anyone ever found out I worked at a porn company, they'd be like, do they make the porn in your office? And it's like, no, like, what do you picture my office looks like? And then I make a bunch of little tags about that. It's like, what do you think? It's like reception, water cooler, bang bus. Like, it's like, no, it's just an office with people at desks. That's it.
But I guess even like they don't have like posters on the walls for like their award winning.
Yeah. No, like, it's basically just like it'd be like working at, YouTube or just any web platform. It's just they host porn. But like, they're not like shooting it, or like there's no one having sex at the desks. But it's funny how anytime I mention that, everyone's just like, are they in the...
There's just one door that like you walk in.
But yeah, so that was my first job doing like web development stuff. It was mostly like, some WordPress and content management.
Does Canada have a lot of porn? Like, because I know we do Pornhub.
Oh, right. Yeah,
every country
I think like Quebec has like a bunch of porn companies there.
Oh, okay.
I think there's like a few headquartered companies in like Montreal, like Pornhub.
Yeah.
The company I worked for, got sold to some like multinational like porn conglomerate that owns like every like porn company. That's like, after I left the company, like a year later, the guy sold it or something. Then he just moved to Europe and drives Ferraris around and stuff.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like porn initially was made by like perverts and people who loved porn.
Oh, it was
and now
like,
it's made by like this like same corporations that make everything.
Oh yeah. It's
optimizing shareholder value.
Totally was like smut or like something like back in the day. Now it's like just full mainstream. Like, I was thinking of trying to write a joke where it was like, when I was a kid, we had like rated R and like rated R movies, PG-13, right? There's like a whole system of like, if you were old enough, you could be exposed to like swearing. Right? And like, now you're like, you have an email address as a newborn. It's like, you have porn in that email inbox right away. Like, like it's like, there's like, what's the point of rated R at this point?
Yeah.
Right. Like, it's like kids are exposed to a lot of shit just through the internet. Yeah. But I don't have, I think it's like kind of a funny premise to think about.
No, I love it.
But yeah, I don't know do you have any fun what kind of jobs did you do when you were like a teenager?
I don't know if I ever had any sexy jobs. I've talked about this before, that my very first job was working as a birthday clown when I was like 12.
No way. And then like, so did you go to birthday parties for kids your age?
No, because they would be like little kids.
Okay.
And we'd like paint their faces. But I would also like be handing out like flyers for like businesses like around town. And then like had to quit because I was like developing like teenager embarrassment of that experience.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be you're feeling self-conscious about that. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I had a bunch of like paper routes and stuff like that when I was, I guess,
a lot
12.
of young people don't work now.
Yeah, I don't have kids, so I don't know. But I don't know. Kids. I guess like I worked as like a camp counselor when I was a teenager.
What was your camp?
It was like Camp Canada, just like
classic summer camp.
Yeah, basically just at like the community center. Kids would get dropped off in the morning and picked up at night by their parents.
Okay, so you wasn't a sleepaway.
No, yeah. So I just stayed at I stayed at my parents' house like.
But was it like rowing and like?
No, it was basically just like. You play games in the morning for a bit, then you have like circle, you sing songs, then there'd be like every day there'd be like an activity. You'd either like go to the local pool or like go to some park or maybe get on a bus and go to a museum or go see like a play or whatever. There's like Monday to Thursday there's always like a day event planned, and then sometimes it would take the whole day, sometimes it wouldn't. You'd come back and then just do other activities, have lunch, make snacks, that kind of stuff. And then it's like, I don't know, maybe it was like 3:30 or something. It's free time, and then they just play in the gym with whatever they want as the parents come to pick them up.
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect summer job.
It was awesome.
Like hang out with like happy kids.
Totally. Yeah. It was just like, your parents are coming like to pick you up later, so it's fine with me. But yeah, it was great hanging out with kids, just having fun all summer. And then it was like really close to my parents' house, so I could just bike there. It was like right across from my high school, the community center. So yeah, super convenient and a lot of fun.
Sweet.
Yeah, fun job for a teenager.
Do you still bike a lot?
Yeah. I mean, I bike around the city because it's like the most effective way to get around the city, but I also do like exercise and the sort of the free exercise that comes along with biking.
Yeah.
Huge fan of that. But yeah, I go on a few, like I have a couple friends that are like cycling enthusiasts. They're like have expensive bikes and all the gear. I'm like die easy bike enthusiast, like I'm just not die hard. Like
is your bike expensive?
Oh, it's like not really. Like it's like $500, but I mean like
it just does what a bike needs to.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're a dime a dozen. The bike I have. It's like my last bike, or actually when I came to your area, there's a whole bunch of bike racks outside your building, and outside my building we had one. And I would lock my bike there because it's like in a courtyard and like it's like safe there.
Yeah.
The building like decided to remove the bike rack. They're like, we don't want this. I think some units complained like that it was near their unit, so people were like clanging their bike at night and stuff.
Oh my God.
So they got rid of it. I blocked my bike across the street at like
bad karma.
another building, and the city came and cut all the bikes off and took them and took my bike.
Oh my God.
Like, so I was like, oh, my bike got stolen. But then I was like, oh, but like there was like 10 bikes in this rack. A bunch of them are like frames with no wheels and stuff. I'm like, they're all gone. What the hell? So I message in my like condo building, hey, anyone see what happened to the bike rack across the street? And someone was like, yeah, I was walking my dog. The city came and cut all the bikes, took them. So I messaged the city. I'm like, hey, you took my bike. It was fine. Why'd you take my bike? And they're like, oh, we took all like the broken and like decrepit bikes. There's just frames. And I was like, mine has 2 wheels and like 2 locks on. Like I was
they stole your bike, and then they tried to be like, because it was fucking shitty.
Yeah. I was like, it has a flat tire because I just rode home on a flat tire. Like that's it. Like, Anyway, they're like, send us a picture. So I send them a picture, and then they're like, yeah, we took that bike. They're like, call this yard, like, not like the car impound, but like some other impound. They're like, it's at this place, call them. So I get in touch with them. They're like, yeah, it's not here. They're like, file a claim with the city. We'll have to pay you for the bike. So the city paid me $700.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you got a brand new bike.
Way better bike.
Okay, now I want the city to steal my bike.
Yeah. I was just like, you fuckers. And then I was just like, okay, yeah, this is good. I'm up 200. Like, I pay taxes though, Toronto, so don't come after me.
Is the city easier to bike in now?
I'm
just for context, I'm always afraid of everything, so I don't ride my bike on the street. I just ride my bike on like a segregated bike path.
Yeah.
So I'm curious from somebody who actually does, like, what the streets are like right now.
I
cyclists.
try my best to ride like in bike lanes and stuff like that. Like take Richmond, Adelaide, Queens Quay, Shaw, just like streets that are like not a lot of traffic is on. But yeah, you occasionally have to ride like on the road. I wouldn't say it's better than it was before. And like now that the e-scooter like thing is like, I biked to Union on Friday night at rush hour, and it was like, I thought I was in like a game of Mario Kart. Like it was chaotic, as it was so
because
crazy.
there's like a almost motorcycle.
Oh yeah. I mean, a motorcycle can't even get as fast as an e-scooter in the city. Like by the time you're in like third gear, you're just at the next light. Like an e-scooter is like blazing right away. Like,
oh shit.
You know, like e-scooters are going way faster than a motorcycle is through the downtown area, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was crazy. Like I was like, this is nuts. Like you just have to bike really defensively, like really slowly. And yeah, if you're trying to get somewhere in a rush, probably end up in a bike accident, which happened not too long ago. But I just tried to make a light, and like a car just turned right in front of me, and so I couldn't stop, and I hit the car. So everything was fine, but that's just it. You know, if you try and go a bit too fast,
did you fly off your bike when you hit it?
Yeah, I went over like the hood of the car.
Oh man.
But it like injured? I walked away. My bike's fine. Like everything's fine.
But scary.
Just like I was going around someone going really slow, and you know, like in hindsight, I'm like, I know better. I should have just waited for the next light. But it's like, you know, it's like 10, 8. I'm like, I can make this. So I go around them, and the person behind them also decided to do that. So I sped up to not collide with them. Now I was going a little fast as I entered the intersection, and a car just like turned right and blocked the bike lane. So all the bikes had to like avoid this car, but I was going a little faster than my brakes could stop me. So I slowed down and like still collided with the car, but thankfully like nothing too major.
Yeah, just kind of like a reminder of what.
Totally, like I was just like. Like some people came like sort of to my defense. Hey, I'll be your witness and da 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 da. And like another lady was like, you were really fast, and I was just like, I'll just call this a wash. Like I never really bike fast. The one time I do, I ran right into a car. Like, I know better. I haven't been in a bike accident in 10 years. Like, so yeah, I kind of felt like it was my fault too.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like you know, by the letter of the law. You know, you're in the bike lane and I ran into you. Like, it's your fault. But, like, it's Toronto and it's crazy busy, and I know better. So, it's my fault, too.
Okay. I feel like you have a fair attitude.
Yeah. Like, I was still pissed at the time when it happened. But yet, like, you know, I could go report the accident and make a police report and stuff. But I was like, what is this gonna solve? Like, it's just like, so I'm right. Like it's like whatever, everything's fine, moving on.
I love it. Is there anything you want to plug? Socials or
no, not really. Like, I mean, doing that open mic at Dystopia every other Thursday. Derek does his show, Queen Street Hooligans, on the other one. So that's.
Just come every Thursday.
Yeah. Go to Dystopia on Thursday and have fun. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on, Brad.
Thanks a lot for having me. This was a lot of fun.